Okay, help me with this.
Are we live? I don't know if we're on or not. Tell us if we're here. Since we didn't get on at the exact minute. Okay. I missed the part that said you're live. So someone has to tell us. So we don't know. How can we tell if we're live?
Countdown. Sure.
Is there a countdown? Can somebody tell it? Yes, you're on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Yes. So do you think we were really ready today?
No.
And I suddenly look, we have issues with StreamYard in that we can't go too long because we get kicked out, but you also have to be on when you're scheduled. You can't go late. And I looked and it was time. So we scrambled, but thank you. Oh, good. We're here. Thrilled to be here as always. So today's going to be a little different. We actually have a whole stack of cards. Tim has lots more birthday cards.
I do.
And we're going to do another Monday evening full of just cards that we have received, which is amazing. Because there are too many to share today. And the other reason is since we get kicked off and today we would like to have you craft along with us if you like. And we're just afraid it'll run too long. So bear with us as we just kind of go with the flow and adapt to life, kind of what we do best. We're just all in this together. So
speaking of being 71, I was watching.
But you're not 71.
No, a documentary on Johnny Cash. He died when he was 71. He looked like an old man.
Life is relative, isn't it? Age is such a relative thing.
He had a hard life.
So anyway, it is a new month and a new host code. SCAHYWXE. I'm
learning disabled to an nth degree, but when I read, I just see all kinds of things. And I had the head of the department. I have a master's in public health, and the head of the department's name was Bob Schwanke. So when I saw that, I said, "Wow, that's Bob Schwanke's name." But
kind of scrambled up. It could be. It could be. Okay, so. And the other quick announcement that I have is for the All Good Cards Club. We finished a class on all about vellum. So if any of you aren't in this, it is a monthly thing. If you sign up monthly, it's just $15 a month. You can pay more and just do one class, but we meet one weekend each month and it's always about something different and everyone uses what they have. So it's about sharing and creating with lots of ideas, kind of like what we're doing today. So just wanted to point that out because
Karen, what are we doing today?
He doesn't have any idea. So the next class is going to be about tower cards. So I just wanted to give you a couple of examples to show you what it's like. So this is one card we'd be making. Is this adorable?
It is.
Oh, and by the way, yes, this is a sneak peek of some new paper. Are those just adorable Christmas puppies and kitties? So tower cards, are just like a tower. They fold flat for mailing.
And I'm going to build a 5-story one.
That's one style. Here is another style. We're doing 5 styles. This is just 3 of the 5. And this is yet another one. To see how that folds flat and then it pops out like this. So that's just a little preview to show you what that's like. And so in the class, you get all the PDFs. It's fun because they're all connected. So you always have the PDFs. You always have the video. So that's my little sneak peek. And I think we're ready to get into today. So it's called Tower Cards. I'm trying to do, when I do fun folds, I'm trying to pick a theme so that, because you have access forever. But if you've taken several fun fold cards from me, sometimes I used to do fun folds 1, fun folds 2. They'd be all mixed up. And now I'm trying to focus on a theme. So if you're trying to remember a card and think, oh yes, that's a tower card, I know where to go find that, if that makes sense. Plus, I love that anything we do has variations. And so when I show something, you guys come up with your own variations. I just love.
This one's called the
Life is
Leaning Tower.
Okay. So on for today, thank you for sharing. Some of them fit in regular envelopes, some, but we'll deal with that later. I'm going to do a little video actually that I'll put up probably this weekend showing one of the cards to tell about the class. So I will talk about that then. What we're doing today, this is what, this comes from the company. Shannon West is, she works for Stampin Up, so she's staff, and she came up with this she taught demonstrators yesterday this really fun idea. And it's a variation on a one-sheet wonder. I actually had my own plan, so I just have to tell you, I already had today's planned.
Yes, she did.
And so that's all set. And then yesterday she taught this to everyone. I thought, oh, I want to share that idea. So I'm all set for next week. Next week, we're going to do a variation that I have on one-sheet wonder. But
so since I didn't watch it, I'm excused?
Yeah, no. No, I went and sat outside and watched the thing, and it ran a long time. So I thought we better
Over 2 hours.
so we had better be speedy Dan on that kind of timing. So anyway, oh, Kathy, your mother-in-law's been in the ICU. That is not fun. Oh, we're glad you're here for a bit too, for a little break, and hopefully things go well with her. Oh, and yeah, all these things that I will catch up later. I love hearing how you guys are doing, and Francis too, your updates and your things. So what I told you to bring today, so this is an idea about using a 6x6 one sheet wonder, but doing it with 6 papers. So we're taking all 6 papers in a paper pack. So you could be using a 6x6 paper pack, or you could be using a 12x12, but you're going to just pick all of the different papers in there. Now, if you're using In Good Taste, that has even more designs. You're just going to pick 6, because the fun of this is having the 6 different sides to work with. So you'll see that.
Are these all the same?
They're all from the same paper pack.
But
so see how they all go together, but they're all different.
Well,
the flowers kind of are all, but they are all different.
Wow. The other side is obviously different.
Yeah.
But these are very subtly different.
Yes. So I think that's what's fun about this. And then you are just going to pull out some,
or as Karen would say, similar but
different. So here are my card bases. And then I said, we're going to make 14 cards. So this is how I do it. I picked the hand pen papered. And then I just went through, I have a lot of card bases cut and throwing. I don't know if you guys do, but I just went through and found a bunch that were the colors associated. So I have more than 14 here, but I like possibilities. So when I start working, if I'm going to work with a designer series paper set, I always pull out the different colors cardstock to go with it, cut some card bases, have that also laying out just to work with. So that's my kind of thing. So we're going to make this together. And then afterwards, I have some tips to share. I'm going to share from 2 other papers, including one is a preview set from the new catalog, preview paper. And then I'm going to show you the quick way that I like to step this up. The one thing that I added to kind of, so it'll be the same card. So all that's coming afterwards. So
let's get started.
So we better get to work, Tim.
Yes.
I'll just tell you what to do and you'll do it all.
Yes,
Does that work?
absolutely.
No. I also did post, you can download the cutting instructions if you want to do that to follow. Otherwise, you can just kind of follow along with me, and you can come back and watch it. So let's see. Solo. Okay, no, I'm going to go this way. You would think I would have this figured out by now. But so we're going to take our 6 pieces.
Oh, move over, Tim.
Yeah.
You need more space.
You're going to, well, if you get in the way, I'm just going to make you do more. I am thinking I could maybe do 3 at a time in this paper cutter. I don't know, because you guys know I like my chop and dice. I don't tend to use this a lot. But here's my template. And I'm going to make sure these aren't too directional, but I'm just going to make sure they're all kind of going up and down, if a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do it that way. I mean, it doesn't, whichever way. Okay, so this is 6 inches wide, and I'm going to cut it at 2.5 inches on one side, 3.5 on the other. So if I put that at the 3.5, I can just do it that way. And I'm going to cut. Okay, I can do 3. So look at that. So I'm going to do those 3 together. Now I'd like to know who's working with me. I know some people like to work along with me, and some people like to just watch and then do it later. And my saying, it's all good. Okay, I am going to, we'll start with this one. I'm going to start with the 2.5 inch piece.
Did you double check your measurements?
No, we're going to wing it.
We're going to wing it.
Because, it's a one sheet wonder.
Yeah.
And we'll just wonder what we can do if we get the measurements wrong. Because it's just fine. They just don't. Oh, good. Sean's working with me. How do you do what at the same? Oh, how do you do it at the same time? Double grade and do all this. So anyway, so now I'm going to take my 2-inch part, and I'm going to cut squares. So this is going to go to 2.5 inches.
I see that's got Stampin' Up on it. So that's actually.
It is an official Stampin' Up thing.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out, this was, I was trying to capture this page. I have to ask Holly how to do it, because I think I did it wrong, because I wanted to have all the credit here for Stampin' Up, and it just cut it all off. So I have to figure that out. So just know, I'll get it fixed if it's wrong. This is definitely a Stampin' Up thing, and we're just thrilled that they shared this with us and that they do fun things like this. So by the way, if you ever have thought about getting the starter kit. I mean, that's kind of the fun things to do. And since it's a new month, what you can do this month, you can order your stuff out of the new catalog. So if you want to think about that, let me know. If your wish list is long, I was able to order the catalogs. They won't be coming for another week, but then I'll be sending them out. But I do have a sneak peek. I did this complete set out of one of the new papers. So when you had a little kind of sneak peek of that little puppy, little puppy thing. Okay, this is the first one, and this is really unusual. This is the most unusual one. I have never done this before. So I hadn't seen this before. So I think this was really a fun idea. So I'm going to take my squares. I'm going to do 2 at a time just to make sure they go through. And now these are 2.5-inch squares. And I want to cut from a middle to a middle. So it's going to be half of that. It's going to be 1 1/4. So I'm going to put my 2-inch, I'm going to put them, that's at 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 there. If that makes sense. So I'm going right for the middle. And then I'm going to go in here right to the middle, which will be 1 1/4. I'm going to cut. So I'm going to get 2 pieces like this. Okay. Now, when I teach a class, if I go too fast at the end, I just do everything over again. Because we have a time limit on these, I'm not sure I will. But know that you can come back again. You can let me know if you are struggling with anything. And I can always do another little video to explain. I'm going to do the next one. So these, remember, are 2.5-inch square. So I am cutting right in the middle. So it's 1 1/4, and I'm just going in to 1 1/4. So I'm just going halfway in at a halfway point. And you know what?
The last time you did it the opposite way.
Right. Well, and I'll tell you why. Either way works. I kind of like doing it this way because then I know where I'm starting. If I'm pulling, I might go too far. Does that make sense? So I kind of like to do right there because then I know that that's the start point. Does that make sense?
It totally sense.
Okay. So we've done that. All right. The sheet says 1 3/4. Well, if cut a slit 1 3/4. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see who's right. And you know what? If the sheet is wrong, I will be thrilled because I always make things wrong. And this would be like, you know, Stampin' Up making it wrong. I said, and I'd feel like, oh, I'm not the only one. So, you know, us creators, we are all in this together.
Why do you think yours is right and yours is wrong?
Well, because half of 2.5, unless I'm totally off of something, half is, oh, maybe I was supposed to go cut further. But you know what? This works. So I don't know why I would. I went halfway. Tell you guys if I'm right. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out afterwards because this is just how I roll. Okay. Now I'm just going to put 2 together. And you know what? I don't care which 2 goes together. So I'm just going to do it. Because I think this worked how I did it. We'll see. Isn't this funny? I think it is just fun because this is just kind of how we create. So I think you guys kind of know that. Do you see I'm going to do that? Those look a little too similar though, don't they? So let me take these. They look a little less similar. I'm just going to put my slits together. This kind of makes like a little quilt look of a card. But I'd never done them this way. And I thought, how cool is this? So, and I think I'm going to try using my multi-glue today. And I'm going to show this 2 different ways. And you know, you can always snip anything at the end if things aren't quite right. So can you see how this is going to fold over? This part won't fold over. So that's the part I'm going to just attach. I'm going to do the next one without even attaching it down. So, if this is too confusing, just wait for that one. And I'm not going to worry that they're not totally lined up. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to attach this one down. That'll just hold it. Just putting a little bit there. Okay. And now, do you see the 2 that have flaps? I'm going to just fold that over because see, my measurements are working. Oh, and that little twirl, that was, you know, and I won't make you do this one, Tim. I'll make you do another one with me. I don't know that you'd like doing that. How cool is this?
Very cool.
It's like a quilt and it has a little texture to it because it's got, And see, now if it bothers you, it's not bothering me, but if it bothers you, I will just take my scissors. See, and I could just snip this a little and then pretend I cut it perfectly. But you know, I don't really care because I'm a quilter and I'm not a perfect quilter either. I didn't even line that up, but I just love the look of this. Is that cool? Okay. Someone said, show this again. Really, these are just 2.5-inch squares. And of course, over in the Back Porch Stampers, I expect to see a lot of these. You can show the whole thing, what you did with your One Sheet Wonder, because we love seeing different papers. You can also just do one card. If this is a new thing to you and you just want to try one thing, just do this. So I have my 2.5-inch squares, and I cut each of them right down the middle to the middle. So it is 1 1/4 down to 1 1/4. And then they just slip together like this. Now this time, just because I think you can see it better, I actually did it this way first so that then I could figure out which way to do it. See, I have them folded in and you can tell which one's flap. The flap will go over right there. And this flap will go over right there. You know, it's a little bit like just doing squares, and I've done that all the time, but it gives a different texture and look. So I think this is a little easier to see. It's just that, see how this could slide apart. So that's the only reason we were holding, but I kind of like doing it this way because you can see it. So now I'm just gonna glue that one down. You just have to make sure all 4 flaps. Yeah, the good thing about the glue is it'll move around if you do it. The bad thing about the glue is it'll move around a little after you've done it. So, and for such an impatient person like me, it is the weight that can be the problem. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, it was an error. So see, I didn't pay much attention, but you know what? I love that I will fix it on the PDF right after this. Or write a correction on it or do it something. So I think that's just hysterical. I missed that whole part, but I thought, I'm just thrilled. I'm in good company then, because.
So what are you saying? That the company made a mistake?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, or Shannon, yeah, we'll blame Shannon. No, but I think I love it because, we creative types, sometimes we get a little bogged down with the details. So I love it.
Shannon is a creative.
Oh, I think we're all creative types in this industry. Okay, and then so once again, this is the only one that's a little tricky, kind of figuring this one out, but it's important because I think it's just a fun idea. See, and some of you are on here, some of you demonstrators are already on here, and tell me if you've tried it yet, anyone. And then I think, and the paper you use, remember, it doesn't have to be Stampin' Up to share it, and it can be discontinued. It can be anything because we just love seeing the ideas. So again, I'm just taking the 2 parts to flip back. I think this is easier just because it's easier for me to show it. And then I'm going to connect that. I'll connect it down here. I'll connect it here. I think a fun thing about any of these like One Sheet Wonder type things is you get a variety of cards that, you're using some of the same folds, but they all look different. And now the fun thing is to pull out your paper and decide what colors. I'm just going to pull a few out here. Let's see. I might want this one. I might want this. I might want this. And I just love kind of the other thing. Okay, so I'm going to do this for one. We're going to come back and finish them later. So this is just, we're assembling them, and then I'm just going to give you some different ideas about putting them together. Let's see. I really like the macaron. Let's do this one right here. And this one we'll do on here. Okay, so how fun is that? So we've got 3 down. We'll set that aside. Okay, I'm looking for new comments here. Okay, good, good, good.
You want me to press those?
This would be pretty on a library phone. Yes, Tim may press them. He may take, because, you know, I should have the bone folder out and I don't. So Tim will take care of that. Now I'm going to look for, here's the rest of my stack. This is what's left. So now we have this part left, which is 2.5 by whatever this is, 3.5, I believe. We're going to cut these in half at 1 3/4. So get my cutter back. And again, I'll do 3 at a time. Make sure that's just 3. And I will put this at 1 3/4. And then I'll do these at 1 3/4. Okay, now I'm going to put these in groups of 3, however I like. So let's see. I want to show every side here because that's kind of the point of this. So these will go like this. And then these. Okay, Tim, you can help me that. Pick ones that kind of go together here.
I'm colorblind.
Okay. So, well, I don't know, but I like a purple and a.
These two.
Okay, and a purple. Okay, we're going to do this really quickly. We're not going to care too much here. Okay, I just decided those all look good together. I know. I said, you guys may spend more time. Now I'm going to pick different colors for these to go on. And I'm going to arrange, let's see. I'm going to arrange this one in the middle. Okay, I'm going to do them different ways. Now they could go this way, so it doesn't matter which way your paper's going. Mine happens to be going this way. So I am going to put this one in the middle. Put this one in the middle. And I'm going to put this one right here. And then I kind of decided I liked popping up one of these. Sure, if I have any, here's dimensionals. So I'll show you when I'm done. So I just kind of did these differently. And we're going to have fun seeing these cards popping up all over. I just know. Okay. So to see how that is? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to do the next. LeVar said this is as close to quilting as she'll ever get. That's great. Okay, let's pick another color. So let's see. Let's do blue. And let's do these. And now this time I popped that one up because I kind of like that accent. This time I like both of the, kind of like both of the blues. I'm going to, and this is really, you can do anything you want with it. I'm just kind of talking through what I'm doing because I'm thinking, oh, what can I do? Put these on. Tim, you just may be in luck today. Speed is not always our friend. We're trying to do this. You know, the double one sheet one I'm going to do next week. We're not making this many cards. So, so it'll be a little easier. So you'll just be my right hand helper here. I just decided I'd like to pop up both of these. Yeah, kind of catty corner layout here. So I said, yes. So see, you know, and so if you're working along with me, I know you're not going to get them all done as we work. So I think we can kind of move along, but you're going to see this is one of the cards that we're going to do, right? So then this one, let's do. Are
they put to the side for a reason?
Just because I chose that way.
Okay.
Now, if you were doing it,
well,
I'm thinking you would choose another way.
Is there something that you're going to use this strip for?
Do you want me to do one in the middle?
Well,
I'll do one in the middle because I really should just make them all different.
I'm trying to help our followers that want to duplicate.
Well, I think most of our followers they're gonna. Do you guys find even if you try to duplicate, it ends up being your own? So I think they'll be just fine. Okay, I think we will.
Okay, now I'm not asking stupid questions.
No, you're not.
But you pop that one up, you pop
Yep.
2 here, and you pop 1 there.
Because I'm using the same idea, but changing it around.
Okay.
So now I think I should pop up just, and see, this was just the bottom. That was just the top. That was the, no, there's really no rhyme or reason here. I'm just playing.
Okay.
So it just is
What it
is. Okay, we're going to pretend these go on because I just have this feeling we need to move. But isn't this fun? Because look at, they all have a little different look to them.
They sure do. Especially the last one.
Well, maybe we better finish this one. See, it's hard to move. It's just hard to move quickly. I just don't like it. Sometimes we have to do a 2-part series, and I don't really want. I'm not really trying to do that.
Like my birthday cards?
Yeah,
That's actually
I think a 3-part,
3-part series.
which pleases Tim to no end. So I said that is so awesome. He just has had so much fun with this. I said it is so much fun getting cards in the mail. So we appreciate that so much. Okay, so this is that set, and we have now completed.
Since I get adulations from you, Karen doesn't have to give me as many.
Right, it helps me out.
Because
Okay,
I need the adulation.
okay. So now we've moved on. We're on to this part of our cards. Yes, you can also use scraps this way. You're right, Paula said, the idea behind a 1-2 wonder, if we start with a larger sheet and cut it, we make a lot of little cards. Each one of these cards would also make a great scrap card. So you could just take any of these individually. Okay, and I am going to, so now we have this, our 6 pieces on this side that are 3.5 by 6. So the first one we're going to do is this bottom 2. We're going to, again, I'm going to do 3 at a time. I'm going to cut at 2.5. And I'm going to cut another little piece at 3/4 inch. Okay. Okay, so we have these 2 right there. I'm going to set that aside. Take these again. And remember, I'm going to cut it at 2.5.
3.5.
No, 2.5. That's 2.5.
Okay. That's where the last one
Okay.
at 3.
2.5.
Okay.
Are you trying to confuse us even
yes.
more?
Don't listen.
Okay. He wants to be on a roll here with all the. Okay. I'm going to set those aside. Yeah. So now I have these. And now what's really cool about these, I'm going to put these in different piles. Okay, so I have the backs. I love. Okay, I got to put these together because I love the lavender. Okay, I've got that. And let's see, we've got some yellow, and here we've got some green. Okay, so I'm going to do these. So we'll take our different papers. And so now these are the same size. So I'm just choosing one to put on the bottom and a second one to put on top. This card style, I've done many times. I often call them flip-it cards because you're just cutting your paper and then you're flipping one part over. So this may be a familiar look to you. It is such a great look for mass producing cards. And of course, you can always change the measurements around a little bit too. It's just the idea. Okay, this one I'm gonna put right there, and then I'll put this one on. And oh yeah, Ashley said it's great for mail cards. Yes, and I actually did the In Good Taste. So I'm going to show you. I did some mail cards for this because I thought sometimes we really want those mass produced because we need them. And it's nice to just be able to make them a little more streamlined and have some ready. So now I'm going to do these. And let's see, what color was this again? I would like to do, I don't think I brought enough papers out here. Okay, we'll do this green. Oh, here. Get them all. Oh, Tim, did you realize that whole nother pile of cards here that you could be? Because look at me. I'm just folding it over and doing it. Stephanie left to have salmon and asparagus. Oh my goodness. Does that sound lovely?
Colors of paper or food?
Food. I said, oh, that sounds
well, Karen, that's
delicious.
Exactly we had it, Bob.
That's true. It's exactly the meal we had when we went up north. Our friend Bob is a fantastic cook. It was wonderful. Okay, so I have these, and then I've got these little pieces, and I'm going to just pick 3 that I want. Okay, let's see. I like that. And let's see. Do you like that?
Yep.
And then, I don't know, maybe this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they fine. And I'm going to put these across the front. Now, how pretty is this layout? So we're getting 3 cards like this. We are making 14 cards. Okay, how cool is that? So yes, and these will all be different with a different assortment of paper. So like I said, I use 3 different styles of paper. I'll show you the others. And I love that they're all the same patterns, but they're different. And now the last one, we have these left. So we have 6 of these, and they are 2 3/4 by 3.5 is what they end up being. We're going to make heart cards. And this is really a fun idea too, because I'd never done this one either. So I'm just going to pick some things. I'm going to use this and this. And I think I'll put this on. I'm going to go with the yellow. Okay. So I'm going to put these together. I'll put those together, and then I'll put these together. Okay. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We'll just start with one. This is going to be my base. So I'll go ahead and put this on just so you can see how it'll go. I'm going to put this on just like this. And I'm going to make a heart. And this is like a folk heart. So if you guys, this is bringing back those kindergarten skills. And you don't have to be good at doing this at all.
Guess who didn't go to kindergarten?
Yes.
Me.
You didn't.
Country school.
That's right. So now I need my scissors. I'm folding this in half, and I'm just going to make a heart. I always have loved the look of heart cards. Okay, so now I've done one, and now I'm going to do a middle one. And look at this. I'm going to make a heart like this. I'm going to pop up the center. Is that fun?
That is cute.
Just a real, just a little, interesting heart there. So I'm going to put this on. Very much folk art here. And then I'm going to pop up the center. Yes, Christmas in July. We could make Christmas cards out of this too. And you know what? I could cut, if I didn't want to do hearts, I could hand cut out like a tree. You could think of all kinds of others. So I'm going to pop this one. I could also vice versa. I'll show you. I took another one and I cut it the other way. So this is what a heart card looks like.
I like it.
And now I'm going to do one using the heart punches. Where's my other punch?
Depends on what it is.
I have another heart punch. It's going to be a little hard to do with one. I might just have to show you.
Well, I'll go get it if you
Look on the table and see if I left one.
So
Maybe it did it fall into
Does it
this?
actually-
No, it is actually,
look like a heart?
it is actually, yes, it looks like a heart. While he does that, I will quickly do one more cut. Dies would work too. I mean, this is all about using what you have. And I thought that's what I just love about this. But I love this folk art look. I've always loved stamps that look like folk art. And I thought, this is kind of like that. So we'll put this one on. And you can see just by choosing the other sides of the paper, I would get very different looks. Then I'm going to put this one in. I'll just do this. I think that's a little quicker for that. Did you find one? Oh, you're so good. We do call him the finder. But those of you who saw my little video earlier today, show you what my table was like. I am impressed that he found it because
Yes.
I don't think I was working against the clock because I wanted to do 3 different styles. I wanted to do a preview set of these, and I wanted to do a masculine set. So here's that. And I was just going to show you if we want to do the punch instead. I will just punch that out. And then I will take this and punch another. Snowflakes would be perfect with this. Oh, I love that idea. I hadn't even thought about snowflakes. You could do a lot of different things with this.
Cute.
Now, how cute is that? And let's see what we still, I'm going to use that. Oh, we'll use the lavender. Put that on. This one I'm going to use, I need my little, I don't have that out either. No, I need the silicone mat to put that on. I will put that on and then pop that up, but that's okay.
No, I'll find it.
Okay, but we're far enough along. And then all we have left, I forgot, we have these 3 little strips left. The belly bands that I didn't choose. So we're going to cut those in half. For our last card, we're down to the last card, and then I'm just going to show you. Stars would be awesome. I'm going to cut these in half, which I'm hoping is 1 3/4. And you know what? For this pattern, if you don't get them in half, it wouldn't matter anyway. You did find it. Well, I'll see if I get it done or not. But
There's 2 of them in the same place.
And then for this one, so this is my last card, and look what it's going to be. I'm going to just use all of the papers that are left over. I'm just going to put them on a design, and I'm just going to make a little design like that. Okay. I think we're actually going to move on, and I'll show you some finished ones now that we'll talk about it. Oh, a bunch of your husbands didn't have kindergarten, and a bunch of you have forgotten to go to kindergarten. So this is the last one. Now, I'm going to show you what I did to complete the cards. So we're going to kind of talk about that. And you know what? I'm trying to think of what would be most helpful here. I'm going to use the same one, but I'm going to tell you what I did to step them up one little bit more. So let's look at this card. Okay. And this is all for the sake of time. You know, if this were in the All Good Cards Club, I'd be hanging out and we would be doing the whole thing. But to finish this card, the one thing I did about all of these cards was to, oh, look at, I did these out of the hearts. But I decided to add one more layer. Layering always makes such a difference.
Like that.
So I did all of these very same layouts, but I did them on 4" by 5 1/4 pieces of cardstock. I just laid those out and did them all so that there's one more layer. I will put on my blog, you'll see it tomorrow. I'll have the set of cards without the layering and the set of cards with the layering, but you can do it the same way. So I'm just going to show you. And then I just put words here. And these ones were done with a punch. You can just see the difference.
That's beautiful.
And I think it is just really fun. So here are the 3 with the punch. I think these are just really fun cards. And then I just use, when I use words, so I didn't use like one set. I will put on the blog the different sets I use, but I like to bring out a bunch of my stamp sets that have words and then look at what I want to use. And I wanted to do something with my heart to go with those hearts.
New favorite. Boy, that's nice.
Isn't that fun? Okay, so that's the heart. Here's the one. And you see, I've only used punches, so I'm not using dies or anything. And I think that is just stunning with those little strips. I think that is so cute. Yeah, ripping would work too. Oh, see, all kinds of things. So you can take the same idea and create your own. And I love these. So see, I left things really simple. And this is why I kind of left them upside down, Tim. See, I just thought this was really fun. And then I put these, so I made these as a set of thank you cards. And they only have one little bling, but I just put the words kind of wherever they fit. So they're in different spots. But I think they're really fun cards. And isn't that fun to just see the different colors?
Yep.
So that was that one. And then we have these little square these little squares that you did. I thought, how cute. Let's see, maybe I can move that off a little more so it's a little less. And you see, I just add a little bit of bling, little bit of this and that. And they're just very simple. The words, love these words. Life is better with a friend like you. Just love those. And then I've got these. A tip I wanted to just say about this for doing the rib. Now, you'd still want to put a thing over this, but do you see how these have a bow on them? Let's see, I think I brought out my bow. But when this is also popped up, it's more level to the bow. So it isn't like it's just this big lumpy bow. So I always like that. I love having it be by something else that's raised. But I think those are really fun colors. So this is my tip if you just want to add one more layer. And I'm going to go back to non-layered and show you a few others. So now these are the masculine set with the in good taste. And of course, it could be for anyone. But I think simple, simple birthday cards. These are all like Make-A-Wish. And I added a little twine to this. You know, you could add ribbon, you could add anything. But again, I'm making them very simple. This time I have them going across. You know, see, it's different than going the other way. And I'm just using those textures. These would be great bundled as gifts, Cheryl. Love that idea. Yes. Oh, fun. I mean, love your comments. So I think, and I just think this fun variety, these would be great to have on hand. And sometimes we want just simple cards that are more masculine, but just kind of there and ready.
And Jerry Lewis and
and Tim will add his music commentary.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, Make-A-Wish, yes. But I love these too. So here's that, and let's brew up some fun. So here we have. I think these textures are all just great together. You know, you don't need anything busier, but isn't that just fun? That'd be just fun this could be anything. Could be for a birthday. It could be for let's get together. Let's, you know, anything for a fun idea.
And these are masculine.
And they're very masculine looking, and it's just punches. So we're not using, this would also be a great thing if you're going on vacation, you know, and you want to bring some things to work on without being, and here's just a very nice, simple thank you card. And the hearts, I actually love these hearts. So now these are all folk art again. So I actually love the look of the folk art. So I point these out, but I think they'd be great birthday cards, thank you cards. My table is piling up, but I think they're really fun done in the wood textures. They make me think, this one especially makes me think of one of those kind of plaques kinds of things that you get on your wall hangings. I like the shape of this one better. So you can see as I started working on things, I preferred, especially on the masculine ones, making that a little straighter down. But you just start experimenting and then you see how it ends up working. And then these. And on these two, I left them just kind of square and added a little square behind them. That just kind of looked nice and plain and masculine to me. So I think that was really fun. And then I need to show you an upcoming paper. This is, I think it's Autumn Harvest. It's gorgeous. It's in the new mini. So you just want to make sure you're going to get your hands on that. Okay, I love. So here is this set. Aren't these papers are just stunning.
Beautiful.
I think that's fun. And look how simple that is. Again, a punch. Life is better with friends like you. I just love that. And these colors are gorgeous. I think, is that fun? And remember the other papers that I used? They're on sale this month. So it's a great time to look at Designer Series paper. This is a teaser. And tomorrow I will be back I will do an unboxing too of some new things. But it's always fun to be thinking ahead. And like I said, you're going to want to make sure you ask me for a catalog if you aren't already on my list. And look at these. So see, these are done the same way. And these do not have the extra layers. They're just plain and simple. And I think they're lovely. Are they fun? Yeah. So these are just fun colors. Beautiful papers. And the folk art hearts with these. I think these are really just fun. Aren't those? Anyway, I like those. And I did all these thinking of you with all my heart. So they're pretty fun.
I really do like that blue. That is, and I saved this one out from earlier. It's just a stunning color.
It is. It's kind of like a denim blue. It's that misty moonlight, and it's really pretty. I love this, just on the white too. I just love these little strip cards. They're so perfect for anything. And then for these ones that kind of look like the quilt, I backed each of these, and I put 2 going this way, and then I put 1 going this way. And I just think they are fun little quilt card. I love this too. You were there, and I am very grateful. So those are just some previews. So those are like 3 different papers used for these. And now I can't wait to see what papers you choose and what you're going to do with it. So we're going to share them over in the Back Porch Stampers. Let me know if you have questions, and the PDF is in the show notes. And we made it in time. We haven't been kicked off.
I still have some time. We can chit chat.
So thank you.
Any more one?
Yeah, I think neutral rather than male. But people still search for masculine cards, and they always ask me. I have trouble with masculine cards. I think all cards are neutral. We feel that Tim loves getting floral cards. It doesn't matter to him at all. But I think some people still feel like they like this different kind of look, because I think all cards are perfect for anything. So it's just it's hard to know what to call them. So I said, so that's an interesting. But thanks. Yeah, these are all simple, and look at all the cards we made in this short time. So now we can't wait. And I love, speaking of that too, I love getting floral cards, but I love everything else too. I love geometric. I love everything. So I think in general, now we can say that more and more people, you can give any cards to anyone, but
That's right.
But because people still search in terms like that, and they talk about things like that, I mean, they kind of get stuck on the floral. So it's just kind of fun. So we started with 6 different 6x6 papers. So the whole idea of this was to take a whole paper pack and then do a 6x6 out of it if it's a 12x12. So you have 6 different patterns, and that's where we are getting so many fun different looks, because we are using 6 different patterns. And I think that's just kind of fun. And so by cutting them all together the same way, then you can mix and match and put them together in different ways. Yeah. And I'm doing something of a different twist next week. So, but it's just so fun doing these things.
All 6 papers complement each other.
Yes. Yeah.
None of them are contrasting.
And as you're making your cards, if you're using something and you don't like one of the sides, you can easily just not use that side. Or if there's one that you just think doesn't go. I mean, you have all the freedom that you can. But the idea was just that, we get to explore 6 different papers, lay them out, and then you put out all the different colors that coordinate with them in cardstock. And it's just kind of fun to just lay them out and work from there. So thank you so much. Fine Out Floral would be beautiful in this, Lori. So we cannot wait now to see what you're doing, because it just is so inspirational to see what other people do. So post what you're making over in the Back Porch Stampers, and we'll see you tomorrow.
So what's the timeline again for the new catalog and stuff like that?
The new catalog doesn't start till August. Okay, the way you can get things early is if you buy the starter kit. So I always like to throw that out. And the reason I start sharing ideas now is because it's time to be thinking about, I want to make sure that you are requesting a catalog. If you have placed an order with us in the last 6 months, you get one automatically. If you haven't, but would like a catalog, if you're currently working with another demonstrator, ask them for your catalog, please. But if you're not, you just go to KarenTitus.com, and there's free catalogs right across the top. And I'll put a link in the show notes too.
And just say,
so we'll get you one.
Send Tim to the post office and send me a catalog.
Yeah. Okay. He loves it. Thanks, guys. Yes, like Renee says, you can do 4. So you could take your 12x12s. If I took a whole 12x12 pack, you could do them into quarters, and you could get 14 cards out of each set. And you could play around with different patterns in each of them too. Or you can just use a variety of different cards. So anyway, it's just fun. Thanks for spending this time with us.
Bye-bye.
And I will connect some, bye.
No, you're going to connect what?
Some other one-sheet wonder idea with this. Another fun one that we did. So